Mike's Daily Podcast.
Episode 1476. Am I unscrewing this microphone off its stand or simply making it tighter? That's the question I'd like to ask you today. As we broadcast live from Cafe Anyway, located somewhere in Castro Valley, the last place on earth. And it was haunted yesterday, Cafe Anyway. If you missed the haunted Cafe Anyway episode, that was last show.
Mike's Daily Podcast.
The Halloween show, but it's 1476. That is when America was founded, according to revisionist historians.
Mike's Daily Podcast.
And there are also in that time frame dirigibles flying around with missiles on them to launch at anything that's found, like treasure by the pirates who fly in the air, and their names are Frank and Pierre. I am Frank and I am Pierre. Hello.
Mike's Daily Podcast.
Is it Frank or is it Franck?
I'm French. Why do you think I have this outrageous
Mike's
Daily Podcast.
Yeah.
That's all I have to say. Because the podcast yesterday was awesome. I don't know if I can get anywhere near how good it was. So we got Benita, the Disgruntled Fiddle Player, and the Brewmaster popping by Halloween yesterday. I didn't give out any candy. I had a whole bowl ready to go. Now what am I going to do with this bowl? Hey, look who just walked in. Hi, Mike. It's Benita, the rodeo queen. How y'all doing?
That's a Disgruntled Fiddle Player tell you what.
What?
I sure hate that Robert Mueller.
Bueller,
No, Mueller.
Bueller,
Mueller.
Bueller.
And how he's trying to get Trump to leave the presidency.
Oh, look who else walked in.
Hello, Mike. I make the delicious root beer. Have some right now. Oh, boy. I'm the Brewmaster.
Wow, Brewmaster. You just turned into some kind of lion.
Go!
Yeah, I feel better now.
That's good.
We are the knights who say... Nee!
We got a little bit of a Monty Python thing. Oh, I saw one of the best things I saw last night as I was walking my dog around Castro Valley,
And here's today's podcast picture.
For Halloween, which I'm going to play it one more time. Here we go.
This is Halloween. This is Halloween.
It's over now. The podcast picture today is of me, because this show is about me, and it always has been.
This show is about me, and it always has been.
And the podcast picture is actually... Oh, yeah, this was taken over at the Hayward Regional Shoreline. I haven't posted Hayward Regional Shoreline pictures lately. But this is one, I think, from earlier this year. And it's around sunset, and there's kind of this nice... The clouds are cool in the dusk at time. And there's these big... You know, when they build up breakwater in certain areas, they will just grab... Sometimes they recycle huge chunks of old, destroyed freeway or buildings, and they just lay it along the coastline. And I'm standing next to this huge chunk of concrete, and I can only hazard to guess where this concrete came from. But there it is. It's trying to hold the water or keep the erosion at bay. At the bay. The East Bay. Yay. See that picture at MIKEs-DAILY-PODCAST.com, where you can also help out the show through the Amazon link. Buy whatever it is you're going to buy, and it helps us out. Nobody does it, but do it anyway. And there's also the PayPal. You can help us out that way. You get a special greeting from all the Cafe Anyway characters, like the guys that walked in, and Disgruntled Fiddle Player, who's so mad at Mueller.
Yeah, Mueller. And that Stefan Police.
Yeah, that guy.
Bueller,
And Mueller finding out about him, and I guess this George Papadopoulos has been helping out behind the scenes, the FBI, for quite a while now, a couple of months. He was arrested back in June. And he's been helping out with all the investigations into the Russians and how they helped, as Elizabeth Warren said.
America elected Donald Trump. And yeah, the Russians helped.
That's right, because Donald Trump thinks we should get along with the Russians. Why the hell?
I say it's better to get along with Russia than not.
So, this stupid story continues. But no, it doesn't. It stops right here, because I will not talk about it anymore for the moment. But that is the... Oh, so these people were walking along, a family, a beautiful mom, good-looking dad, their handsome young kids, and their dog, who was a... Well, what kind of was it? Oh, it was like a Labradoodle. But it was a brown Labradoodle. A golden doodle. Wait, how can that happen? A golden doodle that was brown? A brown doodle. Anywho, that doesn't sound good. This dog and Basil sniffed each other and played a little bit in the dark, because it was in the dark. And there was a song being sung by that guy who sings The Stroke. And, Billy Idol. No, Billy Squire. Thank you. One of the Billies from the 80s. There were a lot of Billies in the 80s. You had Billy Idol, Billy Squire, Billy Joel, and don't forget Billy Corgan. Oh, wait, he was in the 90s. And the whole grunge thing, and Smashing Pumpkins. All the pumpkins are a-smashing now, my friend, because it's post-Halloween. And it's not Halloween. It's not Halloween anymore. And that's no more Halloween.
Right.
So, the podcast picture is of me. Did we get to that? Yeah. Oh, but this family was playing with Basil the Boxer, and they were really nice, and I suddenly realized as they're walking away, I yell at them, "Oh my God, you're all dressed as lumberjacks!" And they go, "Yeah, we are." And I go, "I should be behind you with a boombox playing the Lumberjack song by Monty Python." And they laughed. They're young. They don't know what that is. The Lumberjack song by the Monty Python that we all sang because it was so fun. And
I cut down trees, I eat my lunch, I go to the lavatory. On Wednesdays I go shopping and have buttered scones for tea.
He's a lumberjack, he's okay. I don't want to get dinged by the YouTube. And I just filled out and had to sign a huge freaking thing I had to sign. I had to watch a long video about copyright stuff. And they were, "Oh, you can't play anything from YouTube because you don't own that." And da-da-da-da. We're covering our butts. Oh, my God. Who is she? What the Fox, man? They're female anchors. Just what the heck? That's all I have to say. Okay. That is, and their male anchors as well are dashing. But they don't have to wear such tight clothes as the female anchors do. That's a little off, isn't it? Or quite a bit off. You decide. You can call me 1-336-MM Daily. That's in the 336 area code. That's right, I'm in North Carolina. MM Daily. No, I'm in Castro Valley, but that's the number I got. 336-MM Daily. Or you can email me, MIKEs-DAILY-PODCAST@gmail.com. Would sure love to hear from you. So parents who held teacher hostage at an elementary school were killed by police after an hours-long standoff to switch the tone of this show. But what a shocking story. This happened yesterday evening. Riverside Elementary School. This is in Los Angeles. They shot a parent who had taken a teacher hostage. The parent, identified as Riverside resident Louvel Kennan, who's 27, died at the hospital. The teacher, Linda Montgomery, sustained some scrapes, abrasions when she was grabbed and pulled into an empty classroom. Riverside, man, some crazy stuff goes there. Remember that hostage, or not the terrorist attack a couple of years ago? that the iPhone was involved with, that the police said, hey, open up this iPhone, Apple, and they said no. And then they said, we'll do it ourselves. During the 7-hour standoff, crisis negotiators made contact with the man but never heard from Montgomery, which is why authorities decided to storm into the room at about 6 o'clock. Here on Halloween night, it's unclear whether the man was armed, but witnesses did not report seeing any weapons. Officials canceled classes at that elementary school the rest of the week. And the other big news, Trump called for merit-based immigration following the deadly truck attack that happened, you probably also heard by now, yesterday in New York City. 8 people killed, 11 injured. He said on Twitter yesterday that the driver in the attack came into our country through what is called the Diversity Visa Lottery Program, and he called that a Chuck Schumer beauty. Chuck Schumer, the Democrat senator from New York. Officials said the attacker is an immigrant from Uzbekistan who came to the U.S. legally in 2010. They haven't said, as of this recording, whether he came in through the Diversity Immigrant Visa Program, which covers immigrants from countries with low rates of immigration into the U.S. Trump tweeted, we are fighting hard for merit-based immigration. No more Democrat lottery systems. We must get much tougher and smarter, he said. And now for something a little more uplifting. And that would be Apple users are quickly growing accustomed to effortless wireless pairing between the iPhone or Mac computers and AirPods, because they don't mind spending all that money for AirPods and losing them occasionally. They got all that extra money because they're frickin' rich snobs. But Google has been working on something that should remove at least some frustration from connecting Bluetooth gadgets to Android phones. Some speakers and headphones let you speed up the pairing process with NFC. Now devices running Android 6.0 and others will get yet another even better option called Fast Pair. This according to The Verge. The new approach uses Bluetooth Low Energy and your Android phone's location to automatically discover Bluetooth accessories in close proximity and then automatically connect with a tap. When you've got a Fast Pair enabled device nearby, which I guess they don't have many of those yet, your Android smartphone will fetch the device's product image, product name, and companion app from Google servers. Once you hit connect, you should see a confirmation when pairing is successful. Then Android will offer to download the accessory's companion app. Noise-canceling headphones often have apps to configure, as do some speakers. Maybe you'll listen to me through that at some point. As we go outside a cafe anyway, we're bringing you Mike's Daily Podcast over Castro Valley. Or if you're a rich snob person, you'll be listening to me through your wireless buds. Hey, I'm your bud. Thanks for being my bud here at MIKEs-DAILY-PODCAST.com and Cafe Anyway outside, where we see a bunch of broken, smashed pumpkins. Damn it. Who did this? Who did this? Clean up this mess. Did you do this, Brewmaster?
Yeah, I sure did, and I'll do it again. Oh, boy.
Oh, my.
I'll break something over your head, too, while I'm at it.
No, that's okay.
No, I will.
No, really, that's not necessary.
No, I'm going to break something over your head.
Okay. Ow. That was not pleasant. Here, I shall respond by doing this to you.
Ow!
And end scene. Next show, it's going to be Madame Rootabega, Valentino, and Bison Bentley. Enjoy your day.
Mike's Daily Podcast is written and produced and performed by Mike Matthews. His podcast is super easy to find. Download or listen to his show and read his blog at MIKEs-DAILY-PODCAST.com.
Email Mike now at MIKEs-DAILY-PODCAST@gmail.com.
See you tomorrow. Bye!